How bad do you want it? It's a pretty big question. Wait for this car to pass. How bad do you want it? People say they want it, but let's reframe that question. What changes are you making in your life to make it happen? It's a bit of a different question. Harder to answer for most people. But let's start again, right? Especially when we get some viewers on here, I'm going to ask them again. So if you're just starting off, this isn't live, you're rewatching it, I apologize for repeating myself, but how bad do you want it? I want it bad, Jake. I want it. Okay, I hear you. If you want it. Now, what changes are you making in your life to make it happen? Harder question to answer. Okay. Doesn't have to be big things. It just has to be intentional. Whatever you're trying to build in your life. Financial freedom, trying to build a business, trying to have a financial buffer so you're not living paycheck to paycheck. What are you doing? What are you doing about it? You're just watching YouTube videos, which I think can be good. Educational content can be really, really good. Let's cross the road. What are you doing about it? Learning, that's one thing. Taking action is another. That's what I'm actually talking about. What changes are you making to make it happen? How many hours are you putting in? Does your calendar reflect what you want out of life in 5 years? It's hard for people to answer. Because often they want something more than they're willing to put into it. You see it with the fitness journey, the weight loss journey. People want it. They tell people about it. They say I'm going on a diet. They say I'm going to start training. But where in your calendar is it blocked out? Where in your calendar does it say, I'm going to be doing this? Your calendar should be as big of a representation of what your life is going to turn out in 5 years than almost anything, because that means where you put your time. What are you doing today? I ask that question to myself daily. Maybe not out loud. Should probably do it out loud more. Because when you verbalize something, you make it happen. But what am I doing today to make the life I want in 5 years? Oof. I did a workout. I'm walking my dog, so I'm being active because I want to maintain a healthy body. I spend quality time with my boy because I want to nurture that relationship. You know, I allowed my wife to have a nap whilst I looked after the baby because I want to make sure that my wife is rested, and it's another relationship I want to nurture. I talked to a brand to try to grow my personal brand, try to look at collaborations long term. I released a new digital product with the client I'm working. So now there's a new piece of content out in the world that people can purchase. I'm pretty happy with today. Now, all days don't look like today. Some days I'm so tired where all I can do is have enough energy to show up at my primary employment. And it seems to drain my energy more than if I got up and did a workout. But as long as you're making moves to get to where you want to go, as long as you're thinking about it, no, it's more than just thinking about it. It requires action. But If you don't know where you want to go, how are you going to get there? It's like any journey in the car, right? You have the map. We all got the map, right? We all have access to the knowledge, the resources. We have an abundance of that in our lives. We live in a day and age where you can access almost anything on this device. But that isn't enough. If we're not clear on where we want to go, we have the map, but we don't know where we want to go. So how do we know what location to put in? What map to follow? Because if you just start driving down roads in the general direction of where you want to go, you might face 50 dead ends. Right? And you got to build yourself back. You got to try again. You're just guessing. You don't need a guess. Honestly, you don't need a guess. There's enough information out there. If you're clear and you have clarity on where you're going. Now, where am I going? It's interesting. I think about this a lot, and it changes. And I think you can have more clarity on the changing of it, on pivoting when you write it down, because often the changes make sense with whatever's happening in your life. But I want time. Something I'm always going to talk about on my channel. I want time. It doesn't mean I don't want to work. I want to work around my life. It's the biggest thing that I need. Need is a want. I'd say it's a need. I'd say it's something that's been taken away from us as people. That time to build my work, my career, my income sources around the things that are important to me. Not moving everything that's important to me around my work. It seems backwards, right? But that's how we work. That's how we are as a generation, as a society. You put your work first. It's the main block of your calendar. Most of us, Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, not including travel. You add in travel, at least 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then you fit your life in around that. What? What are you talking about? Like, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. I want to have my family time, my workouts, my nature walks. They're the things that I want to be able to put in my calendar at the start of the week. When I review my week, what am I doing this week? Well, I got family time from here to here. I got a nature walk Wednesday midday. So the meeting has to be before or after. That's the life that I want to live. And that's the life I'm working towards. And it ain't going to happen overnight. But that's why I'm documenting this journey and trying to connect with people that understand the mission that I'm on. Because most people don't get it, especially the people that are in my life and in close proximity to. The people that understand the journey I'm on mostly are people I connect to online. Because it's such a good place not only to meet people, but to meet people like-minded. You can find your niche, you can find your people online, where in your town, the people you grew up with, the people you went to school with, the people you work with, they're stuck in a certain way of thinking, a certain way of living. And if you try to go against that, they're going to resist the idea. They're going to want to keep you where they are, because if you succeed and you get ahead of them, they're not necessarily proud of you. They're envious. They think that because we got dealt the same cards, that we have to be on the same journey and we have to end up in the same place. It's not true. It's not true. What a beautiful walk. So, what am I doing when I get home to build the life I want in 5 years? Tonight I actually got a plan. I got to optimize some of the PDFs that I uploaded for this client, and I potentially want to talk to another guy that has a podcast that I want to work with. So that's on my kind of to-do list. I got to do some admin work, and actually this is exciting for YouTube and for the content creation side of things. I'm going to pick up my microphone, because one thing I've noticed, you got to review, you got to pivot, you got to keep doing what works, is that the retention in the first few seconds of my video seemed to be poor. It's like they either click and they watch all the videos, or they click and then click off. And I think a big thing that plays to that is that I don't edit, because I have released a video that says, if you're looking for the dopamine hit, my channel is not your channel, because I'm building long-term financial freedom. And the people that are chasing that dopamine hit, they're not going to be able to obtain that in their life. And if you're chasing instant gratification, well, you're not my people, so I don't really want you around me. But also, I think a big thing is the audio, because I'm using the audio on my phone, and I think that's like a quality thing that is kind of, I get it as well. When I watch a video and I hear poor audio, I generally am more inclined to click off, just because I often don't watch YouTube. I often put it down and listen to it, and when I have that scratchy audio, it just makes it a bit harder to enjoy the experience. So picking up the microphone, test it, maybe do my first video with it. Exciting. So if you got this far, which, like I said, with the dopamine hit and the instant gratification, a lot of people probably didn't, but drop a comment, let me know. How bad do you want it? If you want it, what changes are you making today to make that life, the life you want in 5 years, possible? I want to hear it. I want to connect with you. Drop it down, let me know. And I'll see you next time.